how significant of improvement he's had in such a short amount of time. Can you just expand on his development?
Yeah, I tell you, Mr. Jones is doing a great job for us. You know, the biggest thing with him is, you know, has been a freshman, been a redshirt freshman. Just he has a whole different outlook now. He's been in this system going on his second year, and he's confident in knowing what to do, so he's playing faster. That's the biggest thing. When you're thinking as a running back, you can't play as fast and you can't make as many plays. So a lot of the things we saw on tape, we're starting to see here because he knows what to do on most given plays.
And Ben Molina there at the end of practice, he's been looking pretty good, and at the end, good running. Can you just expand on his development and also how significant of a player he'll be for you guys this season?
Well, both of those guys have to develop. I mean, the biggest thing is when you look at our core, you know, you got Cyrus Gray, you got Christian Michael, but for us to be real good in this conference, we need 3 to 4 backs throughout the season because of people getting banged up. And Ben Molina, he's lost that weight. You know, he looks like the Cedar Hill Flash that I saw as a senior at Cedar Hill, and he's doing a good job. And the biggest thing is holding on to the football. And that's one thing that we got to continue to work. We've had too many balls on the ground, and you know you can't play if you put the ball on the ground.
You review the practice tapes, Coach. What's pinpoint the fumble problem? Does anything stick out?
Well, I think the biggest thing is our defense is doing such a good job. I mean, they're rallying around the ball and they're putting hats to the ball. And I think the biggest thing for us is when we get in traffic is putting 2 hands on it. And a lot of the fumbles has been non-contact fumbles. You have contact fumbles and non-contact where he's going through the line and the ball comes out because he hits a lineman. You know, as he goes through the line of scrimmage, he's not actually being hit by a particular player. So we're getting that straight. That's my job as a coach, and we're making sure that we're taking the time and doing the drills and individual to rectify the problem.
Has a silver lining been the fact with Cyrus out, there has to be something good come out of that, and that's because Ben Molina and Mr. have gotten a whole lot of reps.
Yeah, I think that the more reps they get, obviously, the more confident they get, you know, in the system, you know, and I think the biggest thing, Cyrus has been such a good leader, pushing those guys, pushing them to be better. This is his last rodeo, and obviously when it's your last rodeo, you want to go out on top, and you know it's going to take a group effort. It's not just going to take one individual.
You mentioned Ben's weight loss. How much has he lost?
Oh man, he looks like a different. You can see it in his face. I mean, he's probably 7 to 8, probably 10 pounds lighter. He came in, he was probably around 205. He's at like 195, so he's about 10 pounds lighter than he was last year.
Coach, what do you think about Will Randolph?
Well, I tell you, Will Randolph, being a freshman, you can see the flashes in terms of his speed when we recruited him. Obviously, it's a totally different game coming from a high school, and you got coaches yelling at you, and you're playing fast. But I think once he gets the plays down, I think that he can help us down the road. But right now, he's just swimming a little bit, and the older guys have taken him under his wing and trying to get him comfortable enough where he can go in and show what he can do.
As a captain of the special teams, too, what have you seen from special teams and progression from a year ago?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, our special teams, we got 3 guys coaching them, Coach Toph, and he's handling the punt team and the punt return, and you look at Coach McMillan, handling the kickoff team, and I'm handling the return team and the field goals. So you got 3 personalities, but the thing that is constant is, we're going to be good on special teams. We're going to play with the best. And coaching the return team, you look at Judy and you look at Campbell. Those guys are phenomenal with the football in their hands, and my job is to come up with a scheme in the kickoff return unit where you can get a hat on a hat and let those guys play. But we're gonna be good, and we're going to play fast, and we're going to be sound in our kicking game.
At some point, should there be some real concern about Cyrus, or?
No, I'm not concerned.
Right.
Hamstrings are something that if you don't take care early, they can linger for a long time. Have played the position. Those hamstrings, if you don't nip it in the bud, and it can be caused by an alignment in the spine. You could be off. A chiropractor could come in and get you realigned, and you feel better. And the biggest thing with him, he's a guy that's a fast twitch guy. He's a tightly wound guy. And I told him, I said, look, we don't play tomorrow. We don't play in 3 days. Let's make sure that we handle it now. And hopefully by Thursday or Friday, we can get 32 back on the field.
The spring was kind of tough on C-Mike from a confidence standpoint, but
Yeah.
he looks like a totally different player right now. Is he about as good as he's ever been?
Well, let me tell you this: I wouldn't want to tackle him. You know, he's a guy he's built low to the ground. He's got tremendous balance. But the thing that people don't see is his work ethic. His work ethic has done a 360. I mean, he is taking notes. He's attentive. He knows what to do. He's asking all the right questions, and he's been a pro. And I think when something's taken from you, you appreciate it more. And I can see in his eyes he wants to be great, and he's doing the things to be great. So I can't wait to see 32 and 33 back battling it out, because it's going to be an interesting race to see, you know, who's going to be the starter.
From your vantage point, what changed for Cyrus during last year's 7-game run?
I think reps. I think he's a guy, if you really track and you really watch him, like any good back, most of his runs, his big runs, his big carries came around between 14 and 20 carries. He got better as the game went along. He got, you know, he got used to the defense. He got, you know, he just got more comfortable. He's always wanted to be great, but he had a breakout year last year. That was last year, and he's got to prove it all over again this year.
Do you have any idea how the carries will be dispersed between those two guys?
No. I'm a guy. I'm going to play the best player. We're going to play the best players here at Texas A&M. Both of those guys are tremendous talents, and you get in the game and one guy gets hot and you just roll with them. And but what's so great about it is we don't skip a beat. We do not skip a beat. If that guy gets tired, put in another guy, and we go from there. We're going to need at least 3 or 4 backs to be ready for the season.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.